Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples. The red section has its money on Jack Carter and his wife, Roxanne. The yellow section backs David Ladd and his wife, recording artist Cheryl Ladd. And the blue section is betting on actor Chad Everett and his wife, Shelby Grant, as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
I had a chance to dance, too. I don't get to dance much on the show. And there has hardly been any dancing on the show. If you saw the opening, you know what I'm talking about. Our studio audience is here ready to win some money. Our couples are here ready to win it for them. So let's start it off, shall we, fellas? Have a seat out here. Ladies, if you will, step to the rear. We shall return with our first round of Tattletales in just a minute. Our gang first is a doctor who will be returning for the 6th year, Mr. Chad Everett and his wife, Shelby. No, not now. No.
I'm sorry,
6th year on Medical Center.
Yeah, I had a story about that, and I thought I'd push the buttons.
No, it's not now, you see, Chad. A little later. Obviously, he's not in the brain department. I can see that. Next to Chad and Cheryl is David and Cheryl Ladd. It's nice to have you with us, too, both of you. You look lovely on television, Cheryl. Next to Cheryl and David is Mr. Jack Carter and his wife, Roxanne.
That name rings like a bell in my heart.
Roxanne.
Roxanne.
And don't you forget it.
Roxanne. All right, ladies, we're going to ask the fellas questions now. Then we're going to come back to you with the clues. You know how we do it. So we'll see you in a minute, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, gentlemen, you ready to go? Not now, Chad. You got to wait now.
Hands down.
Wait, hands on the table. Wait till I ask a question. Here it comes. Of course, you're a fast draw anyway, so we got to watch out for you. First question, here it is. A time you got jealous. There it is. Okay, you had plenty of warm-up for that one. Now you're ready. Tell us about it, will you?
Just a minute. I'll tell you about it. It was our very first date. We were going to the 50th anniversary of Ed Wynn. I was sitting with Ed Wynn.
Oh, of Ed Wynn.
Yes, it was a big ball. And we were sitting with virtually 4 of the top 5 executives at Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer was under contract at the time. And Shelby had this dress on that didn't have any back in it at all. And
how low was it?
It was clear down to just about adjacent to her belly button.
I see.
Maybe a little lower than that. Anyway, I kept asking her to dance and walking her up there and walking her back, and I was kind of fascinated with the lady, and I was sitting there, and I was very much in possession of the moment, having a marvelous time, when a gentleman came up who knew her without bothering to ask if he could say hello to her. He whispered something in her ear and slid his hand down her back. And then as he stood up, he pecked her on the cheek, none of this, which he was inviting, I must say, and said, see you later. And I reached up, I forgot myself, and slid my finger down the throat of his shirt and pulled him down where I could whisper in his ear and informed him that he wouldn't be seeing her later, and then stood him back up, and then he went away.
I was the guy.
Well, what happened was that was the jealousy part of it. The aftermath of it was the studio president of television, Alan Courtney, sent me a note across the table saying, "When are you going to marry her?" And I showed it to her, thinking it was good fun, and she misinterpreted, thinking I ask every girl to marry me, and it took me a year and a half to get her to marry me.
To explain that. Well, when you grabbed the fella by the shirt, I've never forgotten it, I can tell you, because I can still feel that finger right in there. What we need now, Chad, is a clue that Shelby's going to recognize. A 1 or 2 word clue.
Necklace, you think, huh? I don't know. I think, well, 1 word clues are what we're going for, right?
Well, that's $100. A 2 word clue is worth $50. Both are...
And the category was jealousy, right?
A time you got jealous,
Yeah. I'd say, I'd say proposal.
Proposal. The time you got jealous. Proposal.
Yeah.
Because the fella sent the note across the table.
Right.
Well, now the blue section all goes, oh. But now if he's right, then he knows what he's talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what we're going to go with. Let's bring on the ladies. Shh, don't give it away. Hello, ladies. Hello. We have a question and we have a clue. Here is the question first. A time you got jealous. And the clue is proposal. Shelby. Just in the nick of time, I must say.
The nick of time.
Well, if it's a story that I'm thinking of, it was our first date. And, was that a bill? And we went to a tribute for Ed Wynn, and a friend of ours passed a note over to my husband, and it said, have you proposed marriage yet, and if not, when? And I got a look at it, and I thought, well, I've had a lot of funny approaches, but maybe, this is just another weird one,
A new one.
So I didn't go for it.
That's what he said, and you're absolutely right. All right, ladies, we're coming back with another one in just a moment. See ya. Okay, fellas, here we go. Next question. A time you got jealous. Same question, Jack.
The same guy came over to my wife an hour later. This time he pulled me down by the throat. I bent down, ripped her brassiere open, tore open her backless topless, and I kissed Chad right in the mouth.
All right.
It was wild.
Now, give us this story. Now, cut that out.
We were at La Costa for the Comedians Golf Classic Tournament, and I'm in the bar, and she's at the bar talking to one of the golfers, who is an actor, who shall be nameless. But when I saw her sitting with John Berdino for about 2 hours, I got a little steam. I didn't know they were talking about me. We got back to our villa. I got furious, angry, and I threw her out, locked the door. She went out to our car to drive away, but it was closed, so she stood there for an hour. I looked out, and I felt awful. What an idiot I am. I went out in my shorts and underwear to get her in. The door slammed, and that's it. We have no room key.
And you can't get in a car either, right?
Can't get in the car either. Now I'm naked with the jockey shorts, like this. What are we going to do? She said, I'll go get a key. I said, what'll I do? She says, put a number on your back and run like a marathoner. What do I waited naked in the street. A lot of people went by. Hi, Pussycat.
Good luck, good luck. Okay, what we need now is that clue, Jack, that Roxanne's going to recognize. What? Underwear. Can you imagine that? Somebody turning in late here, and here's 125 people yelling, underwear!
Is that one word?
What's that?
Is underwear one word?
You sure?
Underwear.
Underwear is the clue, the man says.
Or underwear.
Underwear. He's going to go with
Whatever
underwear.
you say, underwear.
Okay, let's bring on the ladies. Shh, shh, shh. All right, ladies, we have another question. It is, in fact, the same question. A time you got jealous. And the clue is underwear. Underwear is the clue. Now, wait a minute. Who was first? Roxanne was first. Tell us about it, Roxanne.
I don't know that one.
Is it a time that I got jealous or he got jealous?
The question is a time you got jealous, so it can probably go either way.
All right. I'm going to punch him. We were in La Costa, and there was a situation where he was talking to somebody, and we got into a terrible fight about it, and a lot of jealousy, a lot of anger, and somehow, I don't know whether he threw me out or what happened, but I was outside, he was inside. And he came out to get me. He felt badly to apologize, and suddenly the door slammed, and he was standing there in his underwear, and we had
Yes,
no
that's
key.
absolutely close enough. That's the story. Thank you, Roxanne. Okay, at this point, Cheryl and David had dipped the scores. Shelby and Chad, Roxanne and Jack are tied with $100 apiece for their reading section. Okay, time for a Channel 10 quickie. And here it comes, a quickie now, ladies. Oh, listen, Shelby, you buzzed in on underwear. My curiosity is killing me. What was the story of jealousy having to do there with underwear?
I got to tell you, I thought you were cleaning up a story, and I couldn't figure out how I was going to tell it because.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you figure out how to tell it now, or should we just move right along?
No, I think you better move.
Moving right along, folks.
I'm not going to get any money for it. I'm not going to
Now I know what she was doing.
Okay, here we go, ladies. This is a tattletale quickie. We better do it quickly, in fact. Some husbands and wives tell each other everything. Now, ladies, frankly, do you have any secret that you have never told your husband? Now, some husbands and wives tell each other everything. Ladies, frankly, do you have any secret that you have never told your husband? Now, this can be, you know, on any subject, of course. That means a lot of things. See you in a minute. Think that over. What do you think, Chad? Do you think that Shelby's told you everything there is to tell?
No. Thank the Lord.
No, you think she's got some, sure. Okay.
I think she's very interesting, and usually, you know, well, I just leave it at no.
Okay. Let's leave it at, let's say no, shall we? Okay, let's bring on Shelby. Shelby, what is the answer to that question? Yes or no? Do you have any secrets that you've never told Chad?
Not that I know of.
That's what he said. Is that what he said?
No, that's
No.
a reverse. You did a double negative.
No, it's a double negative.
She
there.
has none.
She said...
What was my answer to the question?
You said no.
What was the question?
Do you have any secrets that you have never told your husband? You said no. Didn't you, Chad?
That's what I said. I said let it go at no.
Let it go at no. She doesn't have any secrets that she has never told her husband. And you said...
Instant playback.
And you said no.
We went to raise the protest.
Jack and I are playing under protest.
Yeah,
Why-
we're
I mean,
calling up the Watergate Committee.
That's a little ambiguous.
What he said. It
Well,
was double ambiguous with a cleave.
Well, okay.
It's better than nothing.
David, you and Jack...
I'll tell you what, we'll split the points.
You and
Jack and I.
you and Jack, David, can absolutely protest, but it will do you no good in this court.
He said.
Okay, thank you, Shelby. All right, David, you're on, sir. What's Shelby going to say?
no,
I mean,
I'm
what's
really-
Cheryl going to say?
I am really one of the nosiest, snoopiest people in the whole world. So I don't think she has any. I've gotten them all out of her in one way or another.
No secrets.
No secrets.
She has not kept anything from you about anything at all. So your answer is no. Do you have any secret that you have never told you? No. Let's bring on Cheryl. Cheryl, what is the answer? Do you have any secret that you've never told David?
Oh, yeah.
What'd
Now,
she say?
Chad, would you like to protest in any way over that
What did
answer?
she say? I didn't hear her. Yes? Oh.
Okay. You don't have to tell us what they are. I'm sorry, that's not what David said. And you don't score there.
Bert?
Yes.
Bert, please let me tell what it is.
Oh, you want to tell it
Yes,
now?
because it sounds worse than it is, but
Oh.
my husband has a terrible time problem, and we are always late. And I sleep late in the morning, and he always wants me to get up. So sometimes he'll call me, and I'll still be asleep, but I'll answer the phone. Hi, darling, how are you? So he doesn't know that I slept, but...
True.
You're able to answer the phone quickly like you sound wide awake.
But I'm really... And he
never
says,
gets
were you
away with it.
sleeping?
Well, that's a
And I
harmless
say,
secret, but nevertheless, there's no score there. I'm sorry, Cheryl. Okay, Jack, what's Roxanne going to say?
I don't know. I'm still protesting. I don't know how to answer because his was a double negative. I don't know which one is going to be right.
Oh, he said no.
I would say that if she kept secrets from me, we'd have been divorced 2 years ago. If she told me everything, that is.
Oh, if she told you everything.
does keep secrets. Now, how are you going to... Is that a yes or a no?
That's a yes.
Yes, she does keep secrets.
Sure, lady. Do you have any secret that you've never told your husband? You say she's going to say yes.
Yeah, she's got secrets
All
and
right.
money
And-
and bank vaults and little finances.
Let's bring her on and find out if she agrees with you. Roxanne, what is the answer? Do you have any secret that you've never told Jack?
Lying is terrible, but secrets are honorable. I've got 1,000,000 of them.
That's what he said. and you're right. Okay. We are at the halfway mark, and at the halfway mark, Cheryl and David still have zeros. Shelby and Chad, Roxanne and Jack are tied with $200 apiece. Fellas to the rear. Ladies step out front and center. While we're changing places, we're going to break away for a brief commercial message. Please come back to this. were confused about it, but on this last question, the last quickie. But Chad did say no ultimately to the answer, and Shelby said no, so we let that stand, and I think it's fair. That's the ruling of our judges, and so we're going to go with that. I have the ladies out here with me. The fellas are waiting backstage. We're going to start with our first question to the ladies. Here we go. And if the ruling section that is backing our top couple isn't happy today, we'll make them happy because we're going to give them an extra $1,000.
Good.
Okay, here we go. We'll see you in a minute, fellas.
Right.
Let's take the fellas away. Ladies, ready to go? Here comes the first question. An incident involving a dog. Roxanne. Tell us about it, Roxanne.
We had a bunch of puppies. It started with one puppy, a female, and she multiplied rapidly. And we had a sister for the puppy, and she also multiplied rapidly. And we were loaded with lots of little puppies. And Jack is a fanatic about the grass. And he is Mr. Clean. Well, he ended up giving the puppies away little by little, but not everybody wanted puppies. So one day he called the SPCA. And the children came home, and they said, Daddy, what happened to all our puppies? And Jack didn't have the guts to tell them. So he said, Mommy took all the puppies to meet new husbands.
Matchmaker, matchmaker. Okay, we need a clue now that Jack's going to recognize it. Incident involving a dog.
No, how about, can we use SPCA?
About what?
SPCA?
Can you use SPCA? No, it's 4 words.
No, okay.
An incident involving a dog.
The grass.
Grass?
Grass. Puppies, grass.
Puppies? Whatever you say.
Grass.
Grass.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring on Jack. Okay, fellas, we have a question. Here it is. An incident involving a dog. We have a clue, and here is the clue. An incident involving a dog. The clue is grass. Grass. Does that sound vaguely familiar to you, Jack? An incident involving a dog, and the clue was grass. Not familiar? The puppies and all the puppies and sending them away and finding husbands. Doesn't sound familiar. Sorry about that, Jack.
I thought they smoked it. I didn't know.
No score there. Cheryl and David still have yet to score. Shelby and Chad, Roxanne and Jack are tied with $200 apiece for their ruling section. Okay, we're coming back with more of Tattletales after a message for you. I'm going to answer the question. Here it comes. Don't give me the answer. Men, who has more bad habits? You or your wife? Fellas, who has more bad habits? You or your wife? Think about that one. That's a good one, and we'll come back to you momentarily. Shelby, who has more bad habits? You or
He
Chad?
does.
He does?
He enjoys them all, too.
He what?
He enjoys them all, too.
Really got a lot of bad habits, that fella, huh?
Yep.
My goodness. Want to tell us a couple, or you just
He may
want to
tell you mine,
let it go
but
with
he
that?
goes-
All right, you say he does. Let's
Yeah.
bring him on and see if he does. Chad, who has more bad habits? You or Shelby?
I do.
That's what you said. You're right. Can't be any quicker and more sharp to the point than that, can you? We won't ask you to elaborate on them. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you.
Okay, Sarah, who has more bad habits, you or David?
David does,
David.
definitely.
Isn't that funny? They all say the guy does so far. All right, let's see if he agrees with you. David, who does have more bad habits?
I'm afraid it's me.
That's what she said.
Thanks a lot, dude.
David, just for fun, tell us one of your bad habits.
Oh, you name it. I mean, you can start anywhere.
Really?
I mean, I have a rotten temper. I don't even know where to begin.
Gee, it's that bad,
What
huh?
did she say, Bird?
She didn't elaborate. She didn't give us any. I just thought maybe you'd volunteer something and we'd get a little tattletale going here. Thank you, David. All right, Roxanne, how about Jack? Between you and Jack, who has the most bad habits?
I smoke a lot, but he's got the worst habits.
What is that? What are they of?
His habits?
Yeah, tell us.
Terrible. He's picky.
Piggy? About his food,
picky.
you mean?
No, he picks at anything. Picks at
picky.
the
I
maid,
thought you
picks
said
at the
piggy.
kids, picks at me.
Picky. Nag.
Picky.
He's a nag.
Terrible temper.
Oh, my.
Incredible.
Oh, my.
Oh,
Okay.
such naughty words.
Let's bring him on. Jack,
Yeah.
who has the most bad habits?
I'd like Nixon would say, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. I have them all.
That's what you said. You're right. You're absolutely right, Jack. Exactly what Roxanne said. And I'm absolutely right because our time is up and we have a tie game. Shelby and Chad, Roxanne and Jack are winners for today. Shelby and Chad, Roxanne and Jack, you have both won $300. We add $1,000 to that. Your rooting sections will divide $1,600. And we will be back with more of Tattletales in just a moment. It's about out of time. We gave away $1,700. Come and join us next time and look into when our celebrities will be sharing their secrets and their winnings with our studio audience. Bert Convy saying so long, everybody. See you next time.
Production. Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples. The red section has its money on David Ladd and his wife, recording artist Cheryl Ladd. The yellow section backs actor Chad Everett and his wife, Shelby Grant. And the blue section is betting on Jack Carter and his wife, Roxanne, as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Hello, everybody. Nice to have you with us. Welcome to Tattletales. We have a terrific studio audience divided into the blue, the red, and the yellow section, and 6 Al Jolsons ready to play our game today. They're going to win money for their rooting sections, we hope. So let's start with the fellas out front here with me. The ladies step to the rear. We'll start our first round in just a momento. Roxanne. He was grabbing you alongside of the head there, Roxanne. Did you feel that?
No, but I would like to.
But you would like to. Next to Roxanne and Jack, here's Mr. Chad Everett and his wife, Shelby. Nice to have you with us.
Gang, all right! All right!
Okay.
Did you notice the wild stethoscope the doctor's wearing?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I want to talk to you about
Human
that.
gallstones.
But first, let's meet our next couple, who is David and Cheryl Ladd, sitting over there. For whom the red section has just gone bananas.
The red section is terrific.
Listen, you know, Jack mentioned what Chad is wearing. Chad, tell the people what that is, because it's really kind of interesting, I think. Your necklace, your...
It's human gallstones.
No, it isn't.
No, you want the truth, right? It's a pre-glacial ivory.
Pre-glacial
Eskimos' name.
ivory.
Yeah, right.
Coming from what, I guess?
Coming from the tusks of any things like walruses and, sea lions.
Old explorers that froze
Old
to death.
explorers.
Yes.
Looks like Jack Carter's teeth before he had them fixed, doesn't it? Okay, ladies, we're going to ask the fellas some questions now, and they're going to come back to you with some clues in just a moment, so we'll be back to you. See you in a minute, okay?
Bye.
Bye. All right, fellas, ready to go? Hands upon the table. Here comes the first question, and this is it. It happened on a boat. Yeah!
Who got it?
I believe it was Mr. Everett, sir.
How come I broke my hand, though?
Chad, tell us what happened on a boat, if you will.
Well, it happened on a boat. We were, my wife and a friend of mine named Greg Benedict and myself took our trimaran on a shakedown cruise. We just bought it. It had a lot of bum rigging, and it wasn't really outfitted. It was kind of a shell. And it was sold to me with a working head aboard. That doesn't mean a guy who smokes was running around with that. A head in Navy terms is, a toilet.
Yes.
But when we got over there to Catalina and anchored in the bay, we discovered that the head, in fact, didn't work. And then we got becalmed for a week. And so we had to form what was being that we were 2 men and 1 lady and the elements of privacy, etc. We had to form what we called the Morning Bucket Brigade. which on about the third day resulted in applause from the surrounding boats who had picked up on what was happening. And it was, I mean, everybody did it. We were just more obvious.
Right.
Because our head didn't work. So I would say that's a good boat story.
Okay, so it happened on a boat. We need a clue now that Selby's going to recognize, and that'll be what?
Here comes the fun
Here
part.
comes the fun part.
I wouldn't read this group.
What would you say? What would you say? What would you say to bucket? Huh? Okay, you want to go with that? Okay, let's try.
Let's go with bucket. The word is bucket. It's a one-word clue worth $100 to the yellow rooting section. All right, gang? Here we go. Let's bring on the ladies. Okay, ladies, we have a question, we have a clue. The question is, it happened on a boat. And the clue is bucket. Shelby. Okay. Tell us about it, Shelby.
You didn't really do that.
Yeah.
The star image is gone, darling. We had a trimaran, and we were taking it out for our first shakedown cruise, and we sailed it to Catalina, and we forgot to do a little, preparation, like fixing the head before we left, and we got over to Catalina, stayed there 3 days, and we had sort of a bucket brigade going.
That's what the man said.
What a way to win.
Yeah, you gave a new meaning to the term bucket brigade, didn't you? Okay, ladies, we're coming back with another clue in just a moment. Hang on. Okay, fellas, ready to go?
Yeah.
Next question coming up. A time she really turned you off.
Who's got it?
David does.
Oh, I'll tell you, we went to New York, and it was one of those kind of hectic weekends where, you just work, and we had one night left, and it was going to be a very romantic evening. And Cheryl went to get all dressed up in a beautiful gown, and we were going to go out to a very fancy place to eat. And she looked in her drawer, or her suitcase, and no underwear. Oh, this is terrible. She'll kill me, I swear. So she, very casually, she doesn't want to say anything about it. She goes and she borrows a pair of my jockey shorts. Now, can you imagine anything in the world that's a bigger turnoff than, your wife, who you think is a beautiful girl, blonde, everything, in jockey shorts. That's it.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so a time she really turned you off, and
jockey shorts is...
it's 2 words.
2 words.
But you can go with 2 words.
Underwear?
Underwear. Underwear.
I think that
Time she
should
really
get
turned
it.
you off, and the one-word clue is underwear. Let's bring on the ladies. Shh, don't give it away. Okay, ladies, we have another question. We have another clue. Here's the question. A time she really turned you off. And the clue is underwear. Cheryl, is that? Good girl. Tell us about that, Cheryl.
I don't think I want to. David and I were working in New York, and we stayed a few days longer than we expected, and I ran out of clean underwear, so I borrowed some of his.
That's what he said. You're absolutely right.
Jockey shorts.
Remember how your mother always said, wear clean underwear in case you get in an accident?
Right. I was in a lot of trouble.
Can you imagine if the ambulance driver said, where do you get a load of this, Harry? Okay, at this point, our score is Roxanne and Jack have 0, Sylvie and Chad, Cheryl and David have $100 apiece this time. Let's see what's coming. Okay, time for a tattletale quickie, and I am reaching for it at this very moment. Ladies, here it comes. Don't give me the answer now, just think about it. Each correct answer, by the way, is worth $100 to your rooting section. We can't control our dreams, folks, so let me ask you this question. Ladies, it's directed to you. Since you've been married, have you ever had a dream, a romantic dream, about another man? Now, we can't control our dreams, folks, so let me ask you this question again. Since you have been married, have you ever had a romantic dream about another man? Right? Think about that, ladies, and we'll come back to you. But don't doze off. Jack, what's Roxanne going to say? Has she ever told you?
I got no problem there, because when you're sleeping next to a woman and she keeps yelling, oh, Harry, oh, oh, Herbie, oh, Oh, Seymour. Oh, Bert Convy.
Never mind.
Oh, Bert, you wild man. I love you. Oh, Chad. Oh, anybody but me. Definitely, yes.
She definitely
Oh,
has.
she has had dreams galore. She's a queen dreamer.
Queen dreamer.
Once she made a mistake and dreamt about me.
Woke up screaming, did she?
Screaming she did.
Okay, let's bring on Roxanne.
So I put on underwear and I left.
Roxanne, have you ever had a romantic dream about another man other than Jack?
He's, Gee, there have been other men in my dreams, but he's always been there. But I...
Fouling it up, huh?
Yeah,
Voyeur.
but I would have to say that, yes, I have.
That's what he said. Wow, the suspense. Never mind. I tell you, the suspense, you could have heard a pin drop in this place. I wonder. Thank you. You're absolutely right, Roxanne.
Herbie,
Thank
Harry,
you.
Seymour, Freddie.
Okay, Chad, what's
Eddie.
Shelby going to say?
Well, I assume there must have been some slop over.
That's the white.
So I'd say that probably in the early years before I had a chance to drive them out of her mind, that there's probably been a few Seymours, Herbies, you know. Yeah, I'd say she probably had.
You say yes?
Yes.
Okay, let's see if Shelby says the same thing. All right, Shelby. Have you ever had a romantic dream about another man?
Oh, you guys are really bad. I won't say if it was good or bad, but I've had.
Yes, she said yes, that's what he said. You're right. No, we didn't ask you to qualify it.
If you won't say it's bad, then it must have been good. What do you mean?
It was bad. It was bad.
It was bad, she's saying. It was bad. Thank you, Shelby.
Bad for you, good
We'll
for
get you
him.
out of here while there's still time. Okay, David, tell us about Cheryl. What's he going to say?
Yes, Robert Redford, where are you? You know, I mean, I hate Robert Redford now. No, but she, yes.
Yes.
What can I say? Yes.
You said it. Yes is the answer. Let's bring on Cheryl. Okay, Cheryl, what's the answer to that?
Oh, I was hoping I wouldn't be first. Now, the question is ever...
Yes, the question is, since you've been married, have you ever had a romantic dream about another man?
Yeah.
That's what he said. Cheryl, if it wouldn't be prying...
It would. Don't ask.
I
They
think
all
we
know,
already
dear.
do.
They all know.
We know who
You
it is.
didn't.
Yes.
Robert Redford.
Is that right?
Yes.
That's right. Okay. And you're right, too. Roxanne and Jack have $100. Shelby and Chad, Cheryl and David are tied with $200 apiece. It is halftime. Fellas to the rear. Ladies, come on out here. While we're changing places, we're going to break away for a brief message for you. I have the ladies out here with me. The fellas are all tuned in backstage, ready to go. We're at the halfway mark. We have a good, close game. And by the way, if you didn't already know, if you're in the rooting section that happens to be backing our top winning couple, and we'll have one today, we'll add $1,000 to whatever you want up here. You want them all to win. All right, let's find out what happens. Fellas, it's the ladies' turns now. We're going to cut you off, and they're going to answer the questions, okay? Coming back to you with a clue in just a minute. Hang on now. Ladies, ready to go? Here comes the first question. A time you were really embarrassed.
Okay, and I have got a good one.
You got a good one.
We have a particularly sensuous dog. Do you know what I mean?
You have a sensuous dog.
Yes, a little dog.
It's a hot dog.
Yeah, he is. Do you know him?
No.
You should see his bum.
Anyway, we had a dinner guest, a lovely lady, an old friend of David. So I really wanted to do it right. And we had candlelit dinner and the china and the silver, and I was being the lovely hostess. And we're sitting at dinner, and our particularly amorous dog was also in the room, and our guest said, I don't want to say anything, but I think your dog's in love with me.
Embarrassing?
Yeah,
Just a little embarrassing.
yeah.
I know what you mean.
I mean, what do you say?
You kick the dog.
You kick the dog out.
Out
Right.
is what you say. Get out, you little hot dog, and don't you come back. Okay, what we need now is a time, is a clue that David's going to recognize. A time you were really embarrassed. This is a time that...
Let's try dog.
Let's try dog.
Yeah, he was embarrassed, too.
He was embarrassed, too, right. Okay, let's bring him on, fellas. Gentlemen, we have a question. This is it. A time she was really embarrassed. Okay, that's the question we asked the ladies. A time she was really embarrassed. The clue is dog. Dog. All right, David, tell us about that, if you will, sir.
Well, oh, I hope you're not referring to this. We have, an old girlfriend of mine that I used to go out with, and Cheryl had her over for dinner one night, and should we just say our dog fell in love with her leg?
Yeah. That's the song. I must
she
say...
fell in love with the dog, too.
Yeah, you scared me for a minute. I thought you were going to say this old dog I used to go out with came over for dinner. Thank you, David. All right, fellas, we'll get back to the next story in just a minute. Here we go. No, we're not. We're gonna give a score and a commercial. That's what they say. So Roxanne and Jack have $100. Selby and Chad, Cheryl and David. No, Selby and Chad have $200. Cheryl and David are in the lead with $300. Please come back and join us. Here it is. You're playing poker with the boys. Suddenly you discover that your best friend is cheating. Would you immediately expose him? Think about that, fellas. That's a good question. You're playing poker with the boys, and suddenly you discover that your best friend is cheating. Would you immediately expose him? Think about that, gentlemen. We'll return in just a moment.
Oh, boy.
Okay, that's an interesting supposition. It would embarrass him, needless to say, playing poker with the fellas, but would he or would he not? What would Jack do?
Well, if he was cheating with me, he'd be exposed. But if he was cheating in a card game, I guess you'd have to, sure. He'd expose him.
Think he would, huh?
Yeah, you'd have to.
So you'll say yes, he will expose
Yes.
him. All right, let's bring on Jack, see if he will. Jack,
Yeah. Who's there?
are you there?
Yeah, what
Bing.
show are we on?
This is called Tattletale.
Oh, I'm in the wrong program.
Whoops. What would you do if you were playing poker and you caught your best friend cheating? Would you expose him immediately?
You can always get in a poker game, but you can never get a lot of good best friends. I wouldn't expose him immediately.
Well, tell him what you
I
said,
wouldn't
Roxanne.
expose him.
I said you'd expose the dirty crook.
There you are. We live together.
Sorry, Jack, no score there.
Me
Thank
too.
you. Shelby, what's Chad going to do in a case like that?
And a Western, he shot the guy.
That's right.
I think he'd have to, if he was that bad that he, you don't think so?
The yellow section is yelling, no. Or some of them.
Okay, I'll go with you. No, he won't.
You're going to say no, he wouldn't.
No, he won't. I'll go with you.
You're
Then
gonna
it's
change
your
your mind.
fault if we don't win, okay?
Okay, they have no one to blame but themselves. Just bring on
Right,
Chad.
I'll go with you.
All right, Chad, you're playing poker with the guys. Find out your best friend's cheating. Would you expose him immediately?
Well, you propose some cruel hypotheses. If my best friend had bad breath, I think I'd tell him about it, or her about it. I wouldn't tell everybody about it. If it was at my home, I might be inclined to pick up the debts, but I doubt if I would do anything but try and help my friend without hurting anybody else, so no, I wouldn't.
You made the rooting section very happy because Shelby was going to say yes, you would, and they all said no. And she said, okay, I'll go with you, and they were right. Thank you, Chad. All right, Cheryl, it's your turn. How's David going to react to that?
Well, I'm going to say that he would, but the only reason I say that is because I know the kind of poker my husband plays, and it's not really worth getting that upset about it. And if somebody were cheating, I mean, they're playing for pennies and nickels, and he'd make a joke out of it, and I think he would say...
You'd say...
He'd say, come on, caught ya.
Okay, so your answer then is yes. He would expose him immediately. All right, let's bring on David. Oh, wait a minute. Shh. Let's... Are we all finished yelling now? Let's bring on David. Okay, David, what are you going to do with that poker game?
No, I probably wouldn't. I'd take him in with it.
You know what it is? We wives just don't want to get our husbands cheated. We don't like to see that happen, so we figure get the guy because we don't want him to get our husband, right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so we wives are very protective.
No, she wasn't taking it. So she said there was penny game. Our time is up. We have a tag game. Shelby and Chad, Cheryl and David are the winners today. Shelby and Chad, Cheryl and David, you have won $300. We had $1,000 to that. You rooting sections will divide $1,800. And we will be back to talk some more about our tattletale fellas right here. We're out of time. That's all we have time for today. Tune in, you know what I mean. Come back again, will you? But our celebrities will be sharing their secrets and their money with our studio audience. Great time to say it. So long, everybody.